I was married to Larry McGowan for just over 27 years. And about 8 years ago, he passed away. And it was just before we were going to bed. And we had a great day, great night, laughing. And he walked out of our bathroom and into the arms of Jesus. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was very scared. I'm going to lose my house, I'm going to lose everything, or I'll sell my house and move, but I knew God wanted me there. So I just looked to him to figure out what I was going to do and how was I going to go forward. It was hard because I was more worried for my children, losing their dad at first, because everything happened so suddenly. And I was just like, I have to take care of them, I have to take care of them. And then my daughter, my youngest, I took her to college 3 weeks after he passed. And so now I'm a widow, I live at home by myself, I've got animals to take care of, bills to pay, and I felt like I was drowning. The pain that I felt losing him was a pain I'd never felt before. I thought I would know what it would be like because he was sick. He had heart disease and he was sick for many years, but we lived as he was not. And so losing my best friend, the person that I did everyday life with, was a pain that hurt deeper than any hurt could ever be. I would go to sleep every night reliving the trauma that I went through the night he passed. And then I would wake up in the morning and I told myself for mornings after morning after morning, he was gone. And grief would come out of the blue. I could be going outside to feed the chickens and start crying. I'm like, what the heck is this? Why am I doing that, But that's what grief is. It's just learning how to go forward and everyday living and how to navigate where God has put you. When I would wake up in the morning and I would feel empty, and the sadness was so strong, at the beginning for probably a couple years, maybe less. But I would get up and I would just sit on the edge of my bed and I would just say, God, fill me with your joy. I don't know how to do this. 8 years later, holidays are still hard. And it's okay. And holidays are still hard for my kids. But it does get easier. Oh my gosh, for him to fill me with joy, it's amazing. I never thought that I could be happy again. I never thought that that pain, that just deep pain that you feel and the ache in your face and the tears that would roll down your eyes, I didn't think it would ever go away at first. But as time goes by, and I allowed people to pour into my life, and I allowed myself to pour into other people's life, because I did not want that pain. And the pain that you go through during grief never goes away. Never goes away. But God, will soften your heart and will soften the pain and fill you with His joy as you walk out through life, through the days. Those of us around us that have lost somebody and know the pain that I feel, and especially at the holidays when everybody's happy and joyous and all that. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. And I think one of the biggest things is talk about them. For me, talking about Larry and what he did for our family and who he was as a man, keeping his memory alive, never forgetting who they were. They were important. They were part of a deep love that we have. So talking about your loved ones, I think, is healing. At least it's healing for me. I have to remind myself that the joy I have is not mine, because I know what it's like to feel empty. But He fills me with His joy. Some days I will wake up and have a headache, not feel good. I'm human. And I'd sit and drink my coffee and be sad, see Larry's picture sitting up on the wall and, be by myself and looking at all the dogs around me, taking care of them and knowing what I have to do. And I would just stop and just say, okay, God, I know you can do it. You've done it for me so many times. I need your joy today. I need you to fill me. I'm empty again. And so I just go on every day asking him to be the author of my steps, my words, my feelings. It's amazing. I never knew 8 years later that I could be happy again, that I would be okay most of the time. I still, like I said, I still have sadness and I still cry and the tears still come. But when they come, I know he's washing a little more away. And I know one day I'll be in the presence of the Lord, and it'll be a joy that I had no clue that we could experience.